Thank you for coming to and participating in this historic event. We march in solidarity with our fellow humans around the world in the cities of London, UK, Paris, Toulouse, Montreal, Los Angeles, Sydney, Kassel, Bern, and Istanbul. We will march today because we recognize that meat production involves killing the animals that are eaten, because their living conditions and slaughter cause them to suffer, because eating animal products is unnecessary, because sentient beings must not be mistreated or killed unnecessarily. Therefore, farming, fishing, and hunting, and as well as selling and eating animal products, have to be abolished. The meat abolition movement was created in response to the growing trend for citizens interested in ending the Holocaust against animals, for unnecessary suffering and death, for human privilege and pleasure in the name of tradition, convenience, apathy, and pleasure. The movement recognizes that because 99% of the animals brought into this world for human exploitation are used for consumption, either as their flesh or their products, that this would be a reasonable target for our first demand. To keep the message clear and simple and make the greatest effect for animal suffering and death, the meat abolition movement makes the demand that all practices that cause the most harm to countless land and aquatic animals be banned. As a result, slaughterhouses must be closed. This is a clear message to society that we will no longer ask nicely for people to stop exploiting animals, but that we are actively seeking to stop them from doing so by taking away the knives of the butchers. The movement sees that putting out an action to close slaughterhouses requires far less action than convincing individuals or society to change their consumption behaviors. With fewer and fewer people even voting every election, and with the number of citizens interested in seeing an end to the slaughter growing quickly, we have an opportunity to see this done soon. So this is why we march today. When we are done today, I will ask all of you to do one thing in the next 364 days until we meet here again. I will ask that you will all find one person willing to come here and march with us next year. Find one person who agrees with you that we should not cause unnecessary harm to others and that this violence has to stop. Violence to those victims who are born in that industry, violence to our society as a whole, and violence to our bodies as we consume the violence. When you find this person, tell them that they need to march with us. They need to take to the streets in peaceful assembly, as so many others have done so before. Women's rights, Indian independence, civil rights, anti-Vietnam War, homosexual rights, Arab Spring. The list is endless of social justice movements who were successful because they marched. So next year, find somebody and bring them here to march with us in solidarity. Okay. I do not need to remind you or talk about what compelled you to be here today. We all share that knowledge and hope. We gather here as citizens of a society that is committing crimes against fellow earthlings, and we have come together to demand an end to the injustice. We all know who are locked up and suffering behind those concrete walls, those metal buildings, tied down in plastic crates and dragged up from the depths of crushing nets. Our goal today is simple. Today we march not for the end of gestation crates, not for bigger cages, pools, or tanks. We ask not for humane treatment, compassion, or mercy. Today we demand the end of slavery, the end of confinement, the end of rape, torture, and mutilation. We came here to demand the end of lifelong pain and suffering and murder. We demand the end of speciesism and injustice. This time has come to end slaughter. Stop the slaughter. Justice for all. Shut down all the slaughterhouses. When you march out in the streets, pound the pavement with your heels to shake the foundation of oppression. Raise your voice like thunder against the din of apathy and make everyone clear that this is not negotiable. Shut down every single slaughterhouse now. March!